Boys and girls, welcome to Primary Central Classroom's e-learning by Ms. Williamson. Today we're going to be focusing on science. And when we're going to be doing science, we're going to be looking at different animals, but specifically, we're going to be looking at spiders. That's right, spiders. Now, over the past month, since we've been out of school, I want you to think about how many spiders you have seen since we've been out of school. We're going to watch a video called The Diary of a Spider, and it's about a little spider who tells his day-to-day life as a spider. Now, it's not technically a true factual story, but fiction. Not all of the parts are true. But we're going to go along and we're going to watch this video, then we're going to read a book, and then eventually we're going to do some different puzzles and games with the vocabulary in the video and in the book. And then I'm going to dive deeper and show you guys some websites where you can go and do fun activities and games that help you learn more about spiders as well.
Baby picture of me and Grandpa. This was my first web. My first molted skin. My favorite book, Charlotte's Web. Our family portrait. My best friends, Fly and Worm. Fly's little sister, Maggot. Dad made me this. I made this slingshot. I discovered this neat sculpture. Worm found this. Our extended family reunion. Diary of a Spider. March 1st. Today was Grandparents' Day at school, so I brought Grandpa with me. He taught us 3 things. 1, spiders are not insects.
Insects have 6 legs. Spiders have 8 legs.
2, without spiders, insects could take over the world. 3, butterflies taste better with a little barbecue sauce. March 16th. Grandpa says that in his day, flies and spiders did not get along. Things are different now. This is awesome! March 29th. Today in gym class we learned how to catch the wind, so we could travel to faraway places.
Next.
When I got home, I made up flashcards so I could practice. 1, climb high. 2, release silk. 3, catch wind. Fly made up our own flashcard.
1, fly.
'I'm starting to see why Grandpa doesn't like her. April 1st. Went to the park with my sister today. We tried the seesaw, and it didn't work. We tried the tire swing. It didn't work. We spun a huge sticky web on the water fountain. That worked. April 12th. Today was safety day at school. We learned that vacuums eat spider webs and are very, very dangerous. If we hear a vacuum, we should stop, drop, and run. April 13th. We had a vacuum drill today. I stopped what I was doing, forgot where I was going, and ran screaming from the room. Help! We're having another drill tomorrow. April 17th. I'm sleeping over at Worm's house tonight. I hope they don't have leaves and rotten tomatoes for dinner again.
More leaves, Spider?
May 7th. Mom said I was getting too big for my own skin. So I molted. That is so gross. May 8th. Today was show and tell, so I brought in my old skin. My teacher called on it to lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
You there! Why don't you get us started?
June 5th. Daddy Longlegs made fun of Fly because she eats with her feet. Now she won't come out of her treehouse. I'm going to find him and give him a piece of my mind. I found Daddy Longlegs. He's a lot bigger than I thought he was. I gave him a piece of my lunch instead. June 7th. Fly's treehouse blew away in the wind today. So did Grandpa. June 18th. I got a postcard from Grandpa today.
Dear Spider, ooh la la, I landed in Paris. French bugs are delicious. Au revoir, Grandpa. Leg of French net. Give it a try.
June 30th. Grandpa came home today. I couldn't wait to hear about how he rode the winds all the way over the ocean. Turns out, he caught a breeze to the airport and napped in first class. July 2nd. Fly came over to play today. She got stuck in her web, and her mom had to come get her. Hi, Mom! Grandpa laughed a little too hard. From now on, we have to play at Fly's house. July 9th. Today was my birthday. Grandpa decided I was old enough to know the secret to a long, happy life.
Never fall asleep in a shoe.
July 16th. Things I scare. 1. Fly's mom.
It wasn't his fault, Mom.
2. Tiny bugs. 3. People using water fountains at the park. July 17th. Things that scare me. 1. Daddy Longlegs. 2. Vacuums. 3. People with big feet. August 1st. I wish that people wouldn't judge all spiders based on a few spiders that bite. I know if we took the time to get to know each other, we would get along just fine. Just like me and Fly.
Okay, boys and girls. So that was the story of A Diary of a Spider. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to actually read the book. Go back out. We're going to read the book now. I'm going to bring it up. And then we're just going to give it a couple seconds while we load. And so while we're waiting for it to load again, I want you to still think about how many spiders have you seen in the past month since you've been away from school and you haven't been back to class. How many spiders have you seen? Is it 1, 2, 3, or even more? Just think about how many spiders you've seen in the past month. Okay, so let's make this bigger. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to read a story called A Spiderling Grows Up by Pam Zollman. And what we're going to do is Miss Williamson is going to read along, and you can read along with Miss Williamson as we go through the story, okay? Spiderlings. What are spiderlings? Spiderlings are baby spiders. Spiders are arachnids. Arachnids have 8 legs. And so if you see right over here, we have what you may call some spiderlings. And so spiderlings are the baby spiders. And then all spiders, even the babies, the adults, are all called arachnids. So remember that, okay? That spiders are arachnids and baby spiders are spiderlings. Now we go to the next page. Let's see. Spiderlings come from eggs. A mother spider lays the eggs. Then it wraps the eggs in a sack. The sack keeps the eggs safe. So spiderlings come from eggs. So the baby spiders that we said are spiderlings, they come from little baby eggs. So if you look over here in the picture, right here, these little yellow circles or balls are what the spiderlings come out of. These are the eggs of a spider. And if you see right here, this is the mother spider. So she lays her eggs and then she wraps the eggs in a sack. And the sack keeps the eggs safe because if not, we don't want anything bad to happen to the eggs. Let's go to the next page. Okay, some spiders hide their egg sacs. Spiders use leaves to hide the sacs. Some spiders sit with their sacs. Some spiders carry their sacs. So if you see right here, once the mother wraps those baby eggs into a sack to protect them, she goes and she tries to find a place to hide her sacs. And if you look over here to the picture to the left, you'll see that this mother spider went to go hide her baby eggs inside of the sack over in a leaf, and she used her spider webs to kind of shield it from the outside. But then some mothers, they don't actually go and hide it. Sometimes they carry the sacks on their back. The eggs hatch inside the sac. The spiderlings molt or shed their skin before they come out of the sac. Then they use their fangs to cut open the sac. Fangs are special teeth. So if you see right here, the babies hatch out of the egg. They come out of those yellow little balls, and then they're all inside of that sac that the mother put around all of the eggs. So what they do first is that they molt. And if we remember from the video, when he came out of his skin, he shed his old skin and then he had some new skin. So that's what these baby spiderlings do. They shed their skin and then they come out of their old skin. And then they use their fangs to cut open that sac that the mother created to protect them. So they use their teeth to help them get out of the sac. Some spiderlings live on their own. Some ride on their mother's back. Some mother spiders die when the eggs hatch. Some spiderlings eat their mother's body after it dies. Yuck. So here it tells you the different ways that these baby spiders or spiderlings live after they come out of their eggs. Some live on their mom's back, and then some live on their own. It just all depends. And then sometimes the mother dies whenever the baby's spiderlings hatch, and so some of them even eats their own mother after the mother dies, which humans don't do that. And who remembers from earlier in the year what type of group does spiders belong to? That's right. Spiders are belong to the group invertebrates. Good job. And who remembers what invertebrates have? That's right. They don't have bones, and spiders do not have bones. Good job. All spiderlings spin silk. Some make silk bridges, some glide away on silk strands. Where are these spiderlings going? They are going to make new homes. So if you see here, all of the spiderlings are going to spin silk. And silk is the same thing that the adult spiders use to make spider webs. So in this case, our vocabulary word is silk. Silk is what the spiders use to help make spider webs. The spiderlings molt a few more times. That means they shed their skin again. Now they are adult spiders. And so what you'll see is that those baby spiderlings, they first molt inside of the egg, once they hatch out of their eggs, and then they do it a few more times until eventually they are an adult spider. So good job, guys. So that'll be the end of our story. And now it's time for us to do a couple of puzzles. So the first one we're going to do is a word match. Okay, it says, read the clue below, click on the word it matches. Match all the words to uncover a picture. Clue. So our first word, we're going to look at what the clue says right here, and then we're going to go and pick the word below. So the first one says, our first clue, round or oval objects from which some baby animals hatch. So what is round or shaped like an oval that the baby animals hatch? Is it an adult, eggs, molt, sac, silk, or spiderlings? I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick. That's right, it's an egg. That's where the baby animals hatch. Good job. Now let's see what this picture is going to be. The next clue says to shed an outer covering. That means to shed, like when the spiders shed their skin. What was that word called? Was it adults, molts, sac, silk, or spiderling? You're right, it was molt. So we're going to do and click on molt. Good job. The next clue says a bag made of spider silk that holds spider eggs. Is it an adult, a sac, silk, or spiderlings? Think about when that mother, she laid her eggs. What did she put those spider eggs in? It was a bag, or what was the other word? That's right, a sack. The next clue, a grown-up person or animal. What is a grown-up? Is it an adult, silk, or spiderlings? It's an adult. Good job. Oh, I think I can tell what this picture is going to be. Okay, the next one. Clue, baby spiders. What were baby spiders called? Were they called silk or spiderlings? They were called spiderlings. Good job. And the last word, or last clue, a thin thread made by spiders and some insects. That's right, silk. Good job. Good job. Round of applause. Oh, look at the cute owl. All right, now let's go on and do the next puzzle, fact or fiction. Now remember, when we're talking about fact or fiction, we have to remember that fact is something that's true and fiction is something that's not true or it's fake. So let's think about our story and then think about what really happens in our real life. So the first one is the direction says, read the sentence below. Is it fact or fiction? Click on a button to give your answers. Now, the first one, spiders go to gym class. Do spiders really go to gym class? Is that a fact, meaning it's true, or fiction, meaning it's fake, not true? It's fiction. Spiders don't really go to gym class. Okay, the next one. Spiderlings come from eggs. Where do the baby spiders come from? The spiderlings, where do they come from? Do they come from eggs? That's right, they do come from eggs. So is that a fact, true, or is it fiction, fake, not true? That's right, it's true, so it's a fact. Good job. Okay, our next one. Spiders are arachnids. If you remember from the video, and if you remember from our story, are spiders arachnids? Is that a fact or fiction? Fact meaning it's true, or fiction meaning it's fake, not true. It is. They are arachnids. Good job. The last one. It says spiders spin silk. Now think about all of those baby spiders whenever they leave and blow away and they have to make their own spider webs. What were those made out of? They were made out of silk. Good job. So now is it a fact that spiders spin silk or is it fiction that spiders do not spin silk? Fact means it's true. Faction means that it's fake. It's not true. That's right, they do. Spiders spin silk. Good job. Nice work. Now let's go and do the last puzzle at the bottom. Which comes first? Which came first? Now, look at these pictures. What happened first? Drag that picture to the yellow box. Now, think about this video that we watched. Diary of a Spider. Which one happened first? Was the spider brought his old skin to show and tell? The spiders learned how to catch the wind. Fly got stuck in the spider's web. Which one happened first? Any takers? Okay, let's try that. So we said the spiders learn how to catch the wind. All right, good job. And then what happened? You think this one? Try. Oh, I don't think that's right. Not let it. Fly got stuck in the spider's web. Nope, that didn't happen next. Let's try the next one. Let's see. The spider brought his old skin to show and tell. Let's see. Job. So if we see after the spiders learned how to catch the wind in the story, the next thing they did is the spider brought his old skin to show and tell. Now, what is this old skin? What happened? What did the spider have to do to get this old skin right here? He molted. He had to mold off that old skin. Good job. And then the last thing that happened in the story, from what we have, is Fly got stuck in the spider's web. Good job. Okay, so that basically wraps up today's lesson and learning about spiders and how they fit into the groups of animals that we've been learning this year. And so, if you want to dive deeper and learn a few more things, there's a couple of websites that you could go to when you go down here below, explore the web, and they have some games and some activities that you could do. Like if I click here, I know that this would pop up, bugs and insects. So this is a website you could go to, you know, in spiders and what they do and different games on how to match bugs and insects. It's a really good game. Our website. So whenever you finish watching this video from Primary Essential Classrooms, you can follow the link that I sent you guys and you could go and you could look at the different websites. And then we have another website here, Grassland Explorer, Spiders for Kids, Science Up Close, Super Hyper Spider Typer. So there's a bunch of different websites that you guys could go to in the meanwhile. And so I'm glad that you stopped this activity and you can go back and watch the story, read the book so you can learn more about that vocabulary of molts and spiderlings and arachnids. It's good to learn that so you'll know that next year for 3rd grade.